So, hello. I'm very pleased to be able to speak here in front of you. My name is Yannick Meinberg. I'm from Contact Software. I'm a research engineer in the research department. And I want to talk to you about how we are planning, or how we implemented the sovereign data exchange in our product, in our software. Yes. So first of all, those who don't know Contact Software, I want to introduce ourselves for a second. Contact Software was founded in 1990, and our main goal is to provide our customers with technology for collaborative development, to support their business and manufacturing processes, and our main customers are in the manufacturing area. And our main product is Contact Elements, consisting of building blocks to enable individual customization from product development with CAD integration up until the maintenance on the shop floor using IoT package. In our research department, we have 5 main areas, one of which is data and service ecosystems, where we are in multiple projects and multiple data spaces. And in this data spaces projects, we developed an integration layer that we want to show you today. This is the main architecture of our platform. At the bottom, you see Contact Elements. So this is the inside the company borders. That's where the company keeps their data, manages their processes, and exactly. So everything is inside these bounds, secured against external access. The only available component to the outside is the connector. In this case, we have 2 different kinds of connectors. We have the Pontus X connector and the EDC. And we also support the EDC-based ecosystems. And this is the only component accessible from the outside. We follow bring your own connector approach. So we don't want to onboard you onto the ecosystem, but you give us your credentials for the connector, and we just connect your business process or your business data to the ecosystem using the connector. Yes. So inside our software Contact Elements SIM database, this is not just a new web app, but it's seamlessly integrated into the software, just as our customers are used to it, just as a separate menu entry. There you can manage your offerings, your data sets, your data transfers. You can transfer the data of the offerings you're consuming from the outside, and you can manage the identities of your partners, of your customers, of your suppliers. For these identities, for example, because they are important later, you define them with their role of their supplier or customer or partner, and with identifying information in the data space. What do we do this for? I want to introduce you to one of our favorite use cases in data spaces. It's the product carbon footprints. The product carbon footprint includes all carbon emissions along the value chain from the design phase up until the maintenance or even the recycling phase. And to include all of this, the OEM needs information from different systems, from different organizations along the value chain. He does not have all the information at his own system, and that's where data spaces come in. So for example, to build the product carbon footprint, to compile the PCF, he will aggregate all the subcomponents together, and he requests the data from the data space which their supplier has provided to be able to aggregate them all. The internal process, how this all works. The thing is, we can both be the supplier of the PCF, we can publish it, and we can consume it on the other side, depending on which role you are in this data space or in this process, maybe even both roles. And that's where we, what we build. First of all, if we create an asset to be managed by our software, this automatically creates an asset administration shell in our digital twin registry. So this is it's a precondition for this process. For a product, we can then create a calculation to compile the PCF of the product, aggregating the subcomponents. The results can be compiled to a dataset, which is made available as an AAS. We can then create a data offering with the metadata and the policies, make the offering available in the data space, and the data is then synced to the digital twin registry and becomes available, for example, in this case, through the EDC. And the supplier data can then easily import it through the EDC as an asset administration shell to be used in your calculation. Yeah. I want to now emphasize how we enable trust in this ecosystem or in this process. Cautious eyes will already have seen some of the steps. Just to recap, we have the digital identities of our partners, customers, suppliers, which we manage in the platform. And for example, in the Pontus X offering, we can create an allow list and a deny list, where we can specify who do we want to trust, who may consume the dataset, and who do I trust to run their algorithm on my computer data infrastructure. Exactly. Another part is the policies. We have access policies and contract policies, also managed inside the platform, which can also include many different rules, like may the data set leave the border, and how may it be used. Now about internal trust, that's a thing that's not about Gaia-X specifically. It's about how do we make sure that we trust all of our employees and our business processes, that nothing leaks to the outside without us knowing it. It's about who is allowed to manage identities, who is allowed to create offerings, and who is allowed to review, accept, and therefore publish the offerings. Yes. And as we saw earlier, there is a review process in our software. So you can create an offering, but the manager has to review and accept this. They have to approve it before it gets published. And the same thing works in the other way around when we consume. Mainly, or especially in ecosystems where where the transactions include monetization. This is very important for a regulated business process to make sure that they are approved by the manager. So I'm almost done, but I want to tell you my key messages that I've also learned in this project. First, before this talk, I talked to Christoph, and he told me that you're not interested in another data exchange demo, and you've seen it 1,000 times. And I also didn't want to show you how Gaia-X works, because you know this too. Yeah, but I wanted to show you how data sharing can work from a business perspective, from a business process perspective, from someone who, from a company who is not familiar with Gaia-X, not deeply familiar with Gaia-X, but just from the outside. They don't need to see verifiable credentials. They don't need to know the processes behind them. They just need to trust, and this trust should be managed in the background. And yes, that's what the first thing I wanted to say is they need to trust that everything that is behind it works and creates the trust they need. Yeah. Then the second one is that we don't only need trust to the outside, to who is on the other side of the data space, but also on the inside, where the business processes require special treatment of the data sets. And the third one is we need to allow companies to join data ecosystems, data and service ecosystems, without a lock-in effect. We need to allow them to join multiple ecosystems, different technologies, and we need to make it simple. We need to integrate it into the platforms that they are already using without them needing to invest too much into how do we get Gaia-X compliant. Yeah, that's all. Please contact me if you have any questions, or maybe raise them. I didn't check the clock. Thank you.